a cave because it's so dark.
It's not so dark.
Do you want to hear the big exciting thing that happened to me today?
What happened?
It's not that exciting. I was sitting on the couch reading my songwriting book, and I looked over, and there was a mouse under the couch.
Was it just staring at you?
It was just staring at me, and it was so cute. And so then I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I got 2 cardboard boxes, and I put peanut butter in them, and I put them down, hoping the mouse would go into the box, and then I could, contain it. But that didn't happen. The mouse disappeared, and now I'm like, I don't know where the mouse is, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, no.
I know. They need, I need, steps to take.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer. I can tell you a mouse story. But first, I need to share to my Facebook.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if
do
I
that.
go to Grace and then I find the stream.
It's on your page right now, too.
You put it on my page. You're so good.
Yeah.
Where
And
are
somebody's
we?
watching. I don't know who it is.
Whoever you
Make
are.
yourself known.
Hello. Grace Morrison's World Tour Watch Live video. And then can I share it?
Oh, there's 5 people now.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Wait, how am I? Ah.
So Erin and I definitely planned our color scheme this evening.
We called each other.
We are fashionistas. Hello, Meredith Wilson. How are you? And Kristen Marie, hello.
Hi, everybody.
So Erin and I are both from Massachusetts. So tonight's not technically like a world tour. Hi, Michael. But we met in Texas for the first time
We did.
at Songwriter Serenade. We were roommates.
Yes, and it was so much fun.
Well, we
And you
were
so welcoming
roommates
and kind.
in that, everybody else had to share bunks, and we had our own separate rooms next to each other.
So we waved at each other before we climbed into our comfortable double beds.
So, okay, I love this, and I kind of hope that Songwriter Serenade people are aware of this, but the beds were so tall that I had to,
Yes.
reach across the bed and, pull myself up and throw my leg and, give a wish and a prayer.
It's true. Yeah, I felt like the princess in the pea, except there was no pea. So I just felt like a princess who sometimes had to pee.
Pretty fabulous. Mom, roommates. Keith is here and Denise is here. Hello. But I will say that Erin Sullivan as a roommate is probably the best thing that can happen to you because she makes a bed and it's
It's pretty
impeccable.
tidy.
It's
Yeah.
what I aspire to.
Yeah, I'm a pretty tidy person. It's true.
In all aspects of your life.
No, there's a drawer.
Okay, all right.
There's a drawer of darkness.
Okay, you're allowed that. Okay, that makes me feel better.
We will not speak of the drawer, but it does exist.
Is it in your kitchen?
It might be. It's in the pantry.
And then my car is kind of a
Hole as well. But other than that,
yes. I have things at right angles everywhere.
But I think that just human beings, or maybe just extra smart human beings, somebody told me this, we need a place to be messy. Everything can't be.
No, you've got to let it out somehow.
Yeah, so if it's the
true.
car, then so be it.
Exactly.
Well, listen, I want to hear you play a song.
okay, I will start things off. I actually have a song about my need to be tidy. And how important it is for me to feel like I've got everything in order. Oh, my glasses are totally crooked, you guys. Sorry. Okay, maybe it's my head and not the glasses. All right, this is a song about how boring and ordered my life is and how I try to work for entropy. Oh, it was a long black night and I was out of money. Had to get across state lines by the morning light. Now some might have seen it like a great big joke. Didn't find it very funny, but I grabbed my bag and I jumped that train without a shadow of a plan in sight. And it's not like me, I'm the one who likes to know where I've come from and where I'm gonna go. It's been a long, hard lesson to go with the flow and to give a little push to my ducks in a row. Just a little push to my ducks in a row. you showed up at my door in a funny kind of raincoat, talking about the storms that you dodged when you came to town. You didn't seem to mind about the holes at your elbows. You liked the ventilation, and you laughed as you shook your arms till the water dripped down. Well, that's not like me. I'm the one who likes to fly under the radar and stay warm and dry. It's been a long, hard lesson to go with the flow and to give a little push to my ducks in a row. Just a little push to my ducks in a row. Give me balance on these shifting sands and a star to point me north. Give me sea legs so we can crest the waves and catch the spray, and a lifeline for when they toss us overboard. Oh, you might be hard-pressed to call my life a big adventure. I wake up in the morning at the same time every dang day. But I wake to you and your point of view and our endless conversation. And it's a funny kind of drama when the action is a choice to stay. And it's who I am and it's who I'm trying to be. Staying true to you while I'm staying true to me. It's been a long, hard lesson to go with the flow and to give a little push to my ducks in a row. Just a little push to my ducks in a row. One more push to my ducks in a row. Just a little push to my ducks in a row. Ducks in a row. Ducks in a row. Ducks in a row. Ducks in a row.
I love you, I love your voice, and I love that song.
Thank you.
And I was thinking about, I am not a tidy person in general, except I have to make my bed.
Yeah. Your bed
have
was
to.
very tidy in Texas.
Huh. Not as tidy as yours,
Super
though.
smooth.
But I wonder, like, you have that line in there, it's like, did you call it like a North Star or?
Give me, yeah, a star to point me north.
Yeah. It's like having one thing in this world that you know is at least in order.
Yep.
Yeah,
and as long as that's good, then you're good to go. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's your one thing?
For me, it's the bed. I have to
It's
make
the
the
bed.
bed. It's the bed, and I suppose that it's dishes in the sink. I cannot abide dishes in the sink.
No.
And it's funny, I didn't know that was an issue for me until I lived with
Yeah.
3 teenagers. And I was like, oh, I'm actually a little bit crazy.
No, you know what you like.
And here's the thing. My husband's not watching, so I can say this. But like sometimes he'll help me make the bed. Oh. And he'll be like, "No, I made the bed already." But what that means is just like through them.
So do you say, "Thanks so much, honey, it looks great," and then when he walks out, you remake it?
Yeah, I do.
I never do that.
Because what he does is like he doesn't like his sheet tucked in on his side of the bed. And the problem with that is that creeps over to my side. Mm-hmm. So he'll like make the bed and try to be sneaky about that, but I'm on to him.
No.
Denise liked your song.
Oh, thank you.
Hi,
Thanks,
Denise. I'm glad you're here. And Keith says that his ducks aren't in a row and he's not even sure they're ducks.
Oh, this is a problem.
Hey, Bernie is here, and Daniel, and Kathy is here. So,
Oh my goodness.
Cool segue to say that Erin and I are both going to Falcon Ridge Folk Festival this week. Question about that, because it is a camping experience, and like for me and my needs of a made bed, I've never camped, and I shan't be camping. Are you camping?
I shan't be camping either. I'll be camp adjacent. I actually am really lucky. One of my best friends from college lives 5 miles away, so I'm going to stay at her house.
Super convenient. Okay, yeah. Yep. So we're roommates again.
Exactly. I'll wave to you from my big bed.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
Play me a song.
All right, I'm going to play a brand new song that only my patrons have heard. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it was about, I was thinking, Bernie says if you remake the bed That's one step closer to owning the bed making task. And Bernie doesn't like the sheet tucked in. Bernie's Team Scott. Bernie, I understand that, because the thing is, I want to own the bed making task because I'm the only one who will do it right. That's terrible.
You reveal yourself.
I just said that out loud. Okay, well, I said I was just going to be myself tonight, Erin.
Rock and roll.
All right, so now I've been debating how to introduce this song because I don't want anyone to think that I'm in a mental place that I'm not. But I was thinking about how awfully difficult it must be to share custody of your child. Like, I was thinking the other day, I have a friend who has to share custody of their small one, and I'm like, my son's 3.5, and I can't fathom having to share him for anything. And so I wrote a song imagining what that must feel like. So that was the jumping off point for this. Let's give her a whirl. Be kind to me, everybody. This is the first time. And Daniel, oh, that's funny, Daniel. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw up my old website here because if you like what I do, you can sign up for the mailing list or Patreon or something. I don't like anywhere as much as I like you. We could roll around in dust, see what the prairie dogs do. We could walk around in desert sun for hours. I might be missing water and the flowers, but what a world it would be if you were always with me. I don't like anything as much as I like you. I sit around Nintendo bound, pretending I'm not blue. When you're gone, there's half of me that don't want nothing. I just hug your pillow close and squish the stuff in. Oh, what a world it would be if you were always with me. Oh, it isn't fair, this sorry half-life state I'm always in. When you're away, it burns me. Oh, it isn't like I'm living up this life. Skydive away the time till you return to me. I don't like anyone as much as I like you. They all chew their gum too loud and they talk too much too. They would laugh if they saw me in my pink sweatpants. If I cried, I'm sure they wouldn't reach out their hands. But what a world it would be if you were always with me. Oh, it isn't fair, the lonely days I spend, they feel like they will never end, just dragging. Oh, picture me, your little puppy dog. When I hear you come home, my tail is wagging.
So beautiful.
Thank you. It's so new, I forgot how to end it.
It's over.
That's
got
not
there.
the ending. I did end it.
I love the half-life line. That is really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. I was a kid who went back and forth from parent to parent, and so I was kind of listening to it from that perspective, and you nailed it.
Thank you.
love that.
Bernie, I'm glad you caught the skydive away the timeline. Well, so one of our girls splits time between here and her mom's, and I know it was really hard for her when she was younger because she always felt like she was missing out on stuff. So that's what I was trying to get to. Is like, you're not missing out on anything.
Right. Yeah, but it's such an interesting thing. And also, I know friends who have split custody agreements, and there's this weird guilt that also goes with like the relief when your kid goes away for a couple days. You're like, oh, I can actually breathe for a minute, and then you feel bad.
Yeah.
So it's such a complex situation.
Hi, Dana, you're here, Dana. I was gonna say about that, Erin. I mean, I experienced that guilt too. Like when any scenario, like when I'm trying to do something and my husband comes and takes him, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can. It's I think that's just a general mom guilt.
Yeah, you got to get over that. Yeah. Those years when like going to Target by yourself seems like the best vacation you could ever have.
Or it's like sometimes I shouldn't admit this, but sometimes I go to the bathroom.
For a really long time.
For a really long time.
Bring some books, some needlepoint.
I sit on the side of the tub sometimes. Just have a minute.
Do you run the water too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Caught me.
Those days will pass. Someday they won't actually want to hang out with you. So,
Colin McGovern says, I actually relish in that guilt. And
that
Dana
it's
says,
not guilt, Colin. That's what we call joy.
And Dana's saying the scariest sound a parent can hear is nothing.
Yes.
That is true.
It is too. Yes, when it is too quiet.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
What are you going to share with us now?
I was going to do something, but now I'm going to do a mom song.
Okay, yeah.
"41 muddy footprints stretch on up ahead. I can see him in the late day golden light. If we're lucky, he'll come back with both boots still upon his feet. Someone's gonna need a bath tonight. Come winter, they draw the water down and leave the mud behind. Bear Hill Pond becomes just ground and sky. Come winter, we come down and walk for hours, but I don't mind, 'cause I know it will be over by and by. We walk the flats, we chase the day. We tell ourselves the shore is not so far away. Our footsteps tell the tales of where we've been, till the water rushes in. He pulls his mittens off to gather treasure in his hand, find the perfect stick to write his name. A rusted, grounded rowboat sweeps him off to foreign lands. The tiny tyrant stakes his claim. We walk the flats, we chase the day. We tell ourselves the shore is not so far away. Our footsteps tell the tales of where we've been, till the water rushes in. And he stops beside a boulder where his fingers trace the water line, and asks, when will the water start to flow? And he he's off again before I can collect myself and answer him, my darling, so much sooner than you know. And we walk the flats, we chase the day. I tell myself that time is still so far away. Our footsteps tell the tale of where we've been, till the water rushes in. Our footsteps tell the tale of where we've been, till the water rushes in. Till the water rushes in.
Dude, I meant to put your banner up sooner, but I got lost in your song.
Can you write a song called that?
Well, you had the line in the beginning where you're talking about like muddy footprints could bother you, but you know it'll be over by and by. Is that what the line is?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's going to bring tears to my eyes here because, you know, it was hard for me. I jumped into this household that already had these 3 teenagers in it, you know, and like I came in from living by myself, you know, and like frustrated all the time by the dirt on the floor and the dishes in the sink, blah, blah, blah. And now we're at this point where 2 of them are gone, and it's like, oh, it's like this weird, empty, hollow feeling, you know. And I'm like, I beat myself up all the time that I wasn't realizing in those moments that those were the good old days.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know.
Yeah.
It goes fast. And I don't like getting too sentimental about it because I cry like a big fat baby. And also, there is lots about now that is awesome. So there's that too. But yeah, it does go fast. And then you look at like pictures of your little squish when they were squishier. And that is also a thing.
Yeah, I'm finding gratitude in the fact that I'm realizing that, you know, with the older kids, in time to really savor the moments with my son too. Like here I'm getting emotional. It's like, but people can tell you it goes by fast and you don't really appreciate it till you're in it, and you're like, oh, I just looked at my 3-year-old and he looks like he's 6. You know, oy, oy, oy.
I know. Was he singing backup for you, by the way, last weekend?
He did. It was so. He has. I have to say this quietly. He has an Alexa in his bedroom, and I put it in there so he could have ambient sound. And then, of course, once he learned how to control it, there was one night where I was in bed, and I had put him in bed like 4 hours earlier, and I turned the volume up on the monitor, and all I heard was dun-dun-dun-dun. And he listened to the Addams Family theme song, I kid you not, for 12 hours while he slept. And it was every night until he knew every word. And so the new one is Molly Malone. Would you like to know why he likes Molly Malone?
No. I mean, yes, I would.
No, I don't have any interest in it.
No. Don't tell me that.
It's because my son likes to pow things.
Oh.
And it ends with, she died of a fever and no one could save. He's really interested in ghosts.
Wow. That's so dark and so awesome. He's
it
emo.
is,
he's the littlest emo.
Yeah, Addams Family and songs where people like, and Clementine is the other one he likes. Like, good Lord.
Yeah.
What? How did I make that person?
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. It got really deep because he also is really into like asking, who's your mom and who's your dad? And my dad has died. And I told him that and he goes, did someone pow him?
Oh, no.
And I didn't know what to say. I was like, well, time powed him.
Time powed him.
And so he's like, of course he has no idea what that means. Anyway.
That's very existential. The Pow of Time by Grace Morrison.
Yes, I can even picture the merch. It's going to be that comic strip you suggested with the big pow.
Yeah, and Grace Morrison powing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many things we could do.
I'm
with
ready.
this.
Okay.
Dave Schneider, hello. Thank you for being here. Bernie, do you know that he loved that song when he first heard it? The last song you just did?
Oh, that's
And
lovely.
he loves the imagery in your lyrics.
Thank you. Thanks, Bernie.
And Carol McFadden is going to be at Music Fest. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, I have myriad mom songs, but I'm going to do one called Mothers. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. And I'd like to thank the people who have contributed to the tip jar. Thank you, thank you. And if you haven't and you're considering it, this is our job. So we very much appreciate every dollar. There are mothers and there are sons. There are planes in the heavens above. There is dirt and there is mud. There is hurting and there is love. Just a flash across the road. Hearts are racing as the car is slow. There is life in every leaf, and there is blood inside of me. There's rain and tired feet, babies crying in the desert heat, and mama sings while mama cries the last of her sweet lullabies. There is comfort and there is warmth. There is shelter from every storm. There is hope and there is light, just like darkness in the night. There are mothers and there are sons. There are flowers and there are guns. While we smile, somebody sighs. My darling, open your eyes.
What was that?
That was Mothers.
That was so beautiful. Wait, will you tell me how that song came to be?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. My son was like a month or two old, and I was just driving him around so my shoulder could get a break. And like there was a turtle on the side of the road, and I was just kind of sing-songing like there's a tree and there are leaves, and then I got to thinking like someday I'm gonna have to tell him about the not beautiful things too.
Right.
You know, the fact that I am a living thing that will die someday, and you know, just like just thinking about the obligation of sharing the beautiful, which I was so excited about, and I just had never considered that I also had to share the dark.
Yeah. That's it's just beautiful.
And then I think, you know, not to be overly political, but at the time, you know, when you first, I mean, we still cry easily, but when you're in those first early days, your emotions are just so right there. And I was reading about like moms and babies getting separated on the border and all these things, like it was unfathomable. So and that's where.
So was that a song that you did you go through a phase where you couldn't get through it without getting teary?
No, because I didn't really perform it very much. That song I wasn't very confident in because it's so different from all my other things that I kind of put it on the back burner.
It's great.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Erin.
This is so much fun for me. Just getting to hear all of your songs and grill you about them. It's
I know,
such a treat.
same, because I just think you're wonderful. I want to spend more time with you.
The feeling is mutual. We are about to.
I know.
Not camping.
Nope. We're going to have neatly made beds. Hospital
Yes.
corners, Erin. Hospital corners.
Indeed. I'll be the tidiest girl at camp. Okay. You want to hear another song?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay. I am going to sing you. I'm going to do an all 100% true tale of a real thing that happened the summer after I graduated from college, which was a terrible summer because I was a baby adult and I didn't know whether I was coming or going. And it also happened to coincide with the summer that my grandparents, who happened to live in the same town where I went to college, were packing up their house and moving to a retirement facility. So this happened one day. And I've always tried to figure out a way to tell the story, and I thought one day I was going to get on the moth and tell the story, and that didn't happen. And then I realized I could write a song about it. So here it is. One time I stole a book, I'll tell you why. It happened on a warm day in July. Was working one more summer in my tiny college town. The heat curled up my posters and the quiet pulled me down. They said the world would be my oyster when they gave me my degree. I disagreed. I didn't know what I'd need. Meanwhile, in the same town round the bend, another arrow wound down to its end. A couple sealed the final boxes, going to Goodwill. The rest of their possessions moving with them down the hill. He said, my steps have grown unsteady and your memory's breaking free. She disagreed. She didn't know what she'd need. No, how do you know if it's an ending or a spark? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. Pete and Dottie met before the war. Together they dreamed big and wanted more. Their home became a shrine for all the wonders they would see, and fertile ground for dreamers and for grandkids. That was me. I said to them, you must have known that you were meant to be. They disagreed. They hadn't known what they'd need. Now, how do you know if it's an ending or a spark? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. So that day when I felt sorry for myself, I found a thrift shop and my eye fell on an old blue book upon the shelf. I opened up the cover and in writing small and neat, it said December 1940, from your Dottie to my Pete. And though the $2 on the flyleaf was a reasonable fee, I disagreed.
For once I knew what I'd need. Now, how do you know if it's an ending or a spark? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. The signposts and the marks. One time I stole a book, I'll tell you why.
I love that. I was in that whole story. And you know what it had me thinking about, and this may not be what you were aiming for, but it just had me thinking about, like, I don't feel like I had any idea what I wanted or needed till now. Mm-hmm. And how in the hell is a 17 or 18-year-old or 21-year-old supposed to know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're totally lost, right? And everybody's like, yeah, go for it. Go live your best life. And you're like, I don't even know what that means. I have some tapestries on my wall. And I can make ramen in my hot pot.
And sometimes I smell like patchouli. I know. Yeah, it's just, and like for me, even thinking about like the enormous debt that young people take on when they go to college, it's like,
yeah, you know, and that's really interesting because I also felt like I had the luxury when I was in college of like actually sort of not knowing what I wanted to do, and I do feel like those young kids today actually like are much more practical. Like I you know, I hear young people thinking about college and thinking about how that's all, like immediately going to translate into a job. And I want to say, no, your life is going to change 43,000 times before you're for realsies grown up. And I don't even feel like a for realsies grown up yet.
No, I think that's good though.
That's the goal.
Yeah, because you're just open and creative and allowing.
Just got to keep trying stuff. Keep jumping in the pool.
Yes, yes. Oh man, my next song's not going to be that lovely.
Okay, let's have this be the ugly round.
This is the ugly round. Okay, ready. I'm ready for the ugly round. So after my set at the New Bedford Folk Festival, someone who can name themselves if they want to said something like, I want to hear you be more angry or like more aggressive or something. And I was like, oh wait, no, I have songs like that. I can be angry. Sometimes I am. And this is one of them. Step one is where do I capo here? No, I couldn't. All right, I'm going to try it here. This might be too high. It might be too low, but we'll give it a whirl. This was thinking about... This is not a true for me story, but it's imagining how does one escape from an abusive situation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark.
Didn't know I could until I did. I just walked out and took a deep breath. I gave everything I had inside until I knew there wasn't no me left. Words can be as hard to swallow as a gun. It's like you handed me one. What you gonna do about it now? There's nowhere to run. Baby, you're done, done, done. Where you going? Who you gonna call? They won't catch your fall. You left them all. And I don't think you know I'm not a fool. I just got caught up in your to dark words too many times and you start believing like you're some needy creature. You don't know your beginning or where he ends. I
I think I must say, oh, what you gonna do about it now? There's nowhere to run, baby, you're done, done, done. Where you going, who you gonna call? They won't catch your fall. You left them all, and I don't think you know I'm not a fool. I just got caught up in your groove.
I love the dun 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 in that. It's so catchy.
I got the same comment on my songwriting group.
Really?
Yeah, they call it the Dun 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 song.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So with that one, I love the way it sounds just with you, but I am only hearing it with like a full band arrangement. Is that how you hear that one as well?
Yes, and it's on my new album, which is coming out in March. And yeah, you know, I struggled for a long time, Erin, with like I'd write these songs, but I was writing them for a band. So like there would be places where in my mind there was a guitar solo or all these different parts. And then when I didn't have a band anymore, I left all the songs behind because I didn't know how to do them just me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, so that one kind of starts to fall into that other category because I'm hearing the recorded version.
I can hear all the parts, right? So when you recorded that, did you let the session musicians do their thing, or did you walk in and say, okay, here's what I'm hearing?
Well, I had a general idea of like what instrumentation I wanted, and I knew where I wanted the big hit at the end. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I kind of let them. I mean, they didn't need my help,
shall we say?
Maybe he'll be on here, but I didn't Google any of them before I went into the studio. And then we did one song, and the bass player came up to me. He's like, yeah, I can hear the chick singing that. I can hear it. And I was like, wait a second. Something in the way he said that made me realize that he knew them.
Oh, dear.
And then I was like, oh, you're their bass player. Thank God I didn't know that before I got here, because I wouldn't have been cool at all.
Wow, that's incredible.
So yeah, they didn't need my suggestions. Everything they did was perfect.
Might I suggest?
I'm actually not hearing a root on that chord.
I brought my melodica. Perhaps you would like to try that.
Yep. I have a question for you, Erin Sullivan.
Yes, ma'am.
The songs you've played thus far this evening, are they available for folks to stream?
Oh, some of them are. I have to put on my glasses. I had to take them off because they're squeezing my head, and my head's about to explode.
I know that feeling.
Some of them are, and yes, I have my album, We Can Hear Each Other, which came out in 2021, is available on the Spotify. But One Time I Stole a Book and We Walk the Flats are going to be in my new album, which I'm recording with Doug Kortler at Hollow Body Studios, and it's going to be awesome.
Do you have a ballpark for when that's coming out?
No.
Okay, don't rush.
No. My prediction is sometime in 2023. How's that for vague?
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
That's the goal.
I'm asking because there is an accompanying Spotify playlist for my virtual world tour. And so, if folks go find my artist profile, there's a virtual world tour playlist, and Erin's stuff's going to be on there.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you can find, and Ducks in a Row is on there as well. So you can
okay, good. The people need those.
The people. Okay, the people. I'm going to play another song.
Do it.
The people. This is also not based in reality, but a story somebody told me about a breakup they had. And then the way it actually came about was I was cleaning the deck chairs at my house, and I got a terrible splinter in my hand, so bad that I had to get it surgically removed. And so I ended up $400 poorer and with a very sore hand and many stitches, but I got a great idea for how to get into the song.
Got a ghost of a thorn in the palm of your hand. touch the part that's tender, can't help but remember how he looked when you told him that it wasn't working out like you'd planned, that your love felt warm like the ghost of a thorn. You can lock away all the little things that mean so very little, freeze out every memory, break them when they're brittle. Look away and let them be. Every little tragedy, every little tragedy. There's a hint of a tear in the map that you fold, reminds you that you're lost, and of all the lines you've crossed, and how it felt when he told you that he never thought you'd act so cold, like you just didn't care, like the hint of a tear. You can lock away all the little things that mean so very little, freeze out every memory, break them when they're brittle. Look away and let them be. Every little tragedy, every little tragedy. There's a feather of a kiss that he leaves behind. Brush your fingertips past the corner of your lips. Makes you think of all the things that he does that make you wanna change your mind. Brush away all of this like the feather of a kiss. You can lock away all the little things that mean so very little, freeze out every memory, and break them when they're brittle. Look away and let them be. Every little tragedy, every little tragedy. Got a ghost of a thorn in the palm of your hand.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am.
The line that I just love so much is the break them when they're brittle. Just like thinking about memories and experiences and that they can be brittle. It's just such an interesting way I love that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a fun one to write just because I sort of liked I was really playing with structure a lot because I liked the idea of like starting with the ghost of a thorn and then trying to figure out a way to wind back into that phrase at the end of the verse. And, you know, there are some songs where you're just thinking about structure and like how to make it all fit. It's like a Sudoku puzzle or something like that. So that was one of the things that was fun about it.
I feel like I'm a lazy songwriter in that I don't consciously think to experiment with those things. And I should. Usually I just like write and let it become what it becomes. But I feel like I should try that. I think I don't because it feels challenging.
Yeah, I bet you do, and you don't even, or you aren't even aware of it. Like Dun 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 being a perfect example, or like what's the beautiful song that you played in the circle at Songwriter Serenade?
Oh, God Can Be a Mother?
Yes. Yeah, and I just, there's interesting patterns that you had in that song that I just thought were so smart. So you're totally doing it, you're just not paying attention.
It was completely subconscious.
Take all the credit.
Daniel says that he has lost the audio, and is it just him? Can everybody else hear us? Because I can hear Erin okay. Can other folks hear us? Please Like, give us thumbs ups. Thumbs ups is my son pluralizes everything like ghosts is ghost is.
Ghost is.
Everything's. Give us thumbs ups and let us know if we're still here. Anybody. All right, Michael gave us a thumbs up.
Okay, good.
Daniel, I hope you can come back to us. And Kim Moberg is here. Hi, Kim. Oh, man, you know what would be so medicinal for my soul is a Kim Moberg, Erin Sullivan, and me round.
Yes, please.
It would make me so happy.
I finally got to hear
Chris,
Kim
hi.
Moberg play live. It's the Spire, and she's just so good.
Yeah, she's like you. Like, everything about her I love.
And she taught me a cool thing with capos, for which I'm eternally grateful.
So, all right, I'm going to play a song. Now, I mentioned Gary Fish is here. Hi. Someone had asked me to be angrier in my songs. And there's one particular situation in my life that I've gotten a lot of music out of, and it's one that has made me sad, and it's made me angry, and it's made me lonely, and it's made me every feeling in the whole wide world. So this is a relatively recent song about that. So I don't know how much information do I share about this. Years back, I fell in love with somebody, and I now know that there's this term called love bombing. Am I using the right term? And that's what happened to me. And it was just like, this person was just like, couldn't live without me all day, every day. And it was like, you feel like you're in the Notebook. Like, you found that thing. And then I found out he was married. And so it was
It's a terrible story.
Well, I've gotten a lot of art out of it. But it just, the feeling was just like getting the rug pulled completely out of you because somebody, is that the right term? Love bombs you like that. And you're like, you're like in, like that's all you want.
God.
And then it's gone. And so, and it's one of those things that it sometimes comes back to me. Like you have a dream and you're stuck in that feeling for hours of the day. And this one comes back to me all the time in various iteration of feelings. So, this one was trying to like let myself be done with it. Ooh. Yeah. So this is gonna be on my upcoming record.
Sometimes I dream about you. Sometimes I pace the floor, wishing these silent movies wouldn't play me anymore. I've moved on, I think, but in quiet moments, like washing dishes at the sink, I remember throwing back a bottle of wine. I was so sure that you were mine. I was wasted all that time. Ooh. So here I am maturely thinking that I was so naive. You could have said anything and I would have believed. I've moved on, I've grown, but in my weaker moments I still go back and I remember throwing that bottle of wine. I was so sure that you were mine. I was wasted all that time when I was waiting for your voice, soft and clear, to tell me what I want to hear, that it wasn't wasted time, and you were always gonna be mine. you'll pray, I know you did, when you brought me home. And you crossed the lines when you wanted to, once they were drawn. I had no say and I let you take me down, down, down. And I remember throwing back a bottle of wine. I was so sure that you were mine. I was wasted. Oh, that time when I was waiting for your voice, soft and clear, to tell me what I wanna hear, that it wasn't wasted time, and you were always gonna be mine.
Ugh, so good. What do you call that one?
Wasted.
Yeah, I love how you... Was that your starting point for that song? Because that's just such a great word to hinge the whole song on.
It wasn't on purpose. That's what I mean. Like this song started with how I was feeling because I had this dream.
Right.
So it started with, I put zero conscious thought into it.
Yeah, because it's so did you get to the chorus? You're like, got it. That's the word.
It just happened. It just happened.
Yeah.
And here's where I get frustrated. Because I feel like so many writers that I respect and love their work think about it and like craft these things. And for me, it just happened. The feeling drove it. The feeling drove
Right.
where I wanted to sing it. It wasn't, and I don't know how to do that on purpose. Do you know?
Right.
Dogs. Like I feel like some writers sit down and they just are able to do things on purpose. And
Yeah. Well, you have to reverse engineer that because that's awesome.
thank you. Yeah, I would love to be able to reverse engineer. Oh, Bernie, thank you so much. I'm glad you're going to be at that show. Erin, are you familiar with the Skyland Songwriters Guild?
I am not.
I feel like I need to send you that way. They're a wonderful group of people, and they put on concerts, and they're just lovely humans to be involved in.
All right.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff in
Excellent.
the New Jersey area. How far
Sounds
do you
good.
tour? Tell us
Me?
about your tour life.
My tour life is just being born. Let's call it that.
They are for most of us.
Yeah. I mean, because I really didn't come back to writing and performing until like late 2018 and was kind of getting my act together in 2019 and then pandemic. So I really have not had the opportunity to be able, I'm learning how to do it and learning how to book myself out in places. So anybody who wants to provide advice out there, I would love to hear it.
Listening Room Network.
Yes, please.
Do the Listening Room Network.
Listening Room Network.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
Can I just say to you, I feel like you and I are kind of emerging at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had this whole like pre-pandemic, I'm in a band scenario. And as
Right.
I mentioned earlier, like none of those songs worked anymore when it's just me.
Right.
And
Right.
so I feel like I spent 2019 and 2020 like reinventing myself.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating. And it's one of the things that I love most about it is I love learning about it and just trying to figure out kind of what the lay of the land is and who to reach out to and how to put myself out there and not feel like a total imposter all the time.
And then like none of us know what we're doing.
No.
We're all just like, what is this business? I don't know. The CDs? I don't know. Do people buy those? It's a weird time to do this. But I will say that from this side of things, it seems like you're like a butterfly who is flying.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll
Yeah.
flap my wings as hard as I can.
You're doing all this stuff and you're wonderful. So
Thank you.
Gary Fish hopes the person I wrote that about has heard it. There's a different song I wrote about that person that I wish they heard, and it's a different one. Maybe I'll share it after. What are you going to play for us?
Okay. I'll do a song that's not about me, but I like to play it anyway. It's just like I was singing a bunch of sad Willie Nelson songs and then wanted to write one of my own. So
Can I just ask you one? How do you write
Yes.
songs that aren't about you? Everything I write is just song about me and a song about me.
Well, you know what? That's a lie. They're always kind of about you. I can say that it's not really about me, but then you use your own experience, right?
It's true.
So. Yep. Here we go. Was it your hand or mine that poured oil on top of that flame? Fan the fire into bloom as our words filled the room, and warm to the patterns of heartache and blame. As we took up the weapons we knew and the armor we wore, the hunger had gone for the lines we had drawn. I don't care and I don't want to keep score. Was it your arms or mine that felt empty that night in the dark? One pillow left smooth, too much room to move. A flickering candle forlorn for its spark. And the lingering echo of pride as it fell to the floor. Wishing that we had known winning's bitter alone. I don't care and I don't want to keep score. We keep besting each other to win back a miserable crown. Don't saw at the beams lest you're willing to watch the whole house come down. Was it your mouth or mine that said sorry one moment too late? Let the other cut in, too eager to win, to whirl us around in a waltz of debate. As we build up a shrine to the words that we wielded before, though the dance brings us low, they're the steps that we know. I don't care and I don't want to keep score. I don't care and I don't want to keep score.
I loved that.
Thank
And I feel like I could hear Garth Brooks singing it.
Ooh, I like that. I only thought of it
There
as a
was-
lady song, but I could, yeah. I can get
There were just
behind
some
that.
moments in there. I was like, oh, that I could hear that. Yeah, Bernie said the same thing. He said he can hear this playing in Nashville. Hold on.
right.
I'm gonna show.
Aw,
Yeah. Right
thanks.
on.
Bernie, I love your feedback, man. Thank you so much.
So now
That's
Keith
so
has
nice.
Keith has a question too. Keith says, "How do you write about someone else? I mean, incapable of writing things that aren't about me or my partner. We've been together for 27 years, so she claims that I know her better than she knows herself at this point." How do you write about someone
How
else?
do you write about someone else? I don't know. I mean, I was a big reader when I was a kid, and I loved getting lost in other people's worlds and characters. And so it just feels like you're writing fiction, right? You're just sort of getting into the head of another character.
I've written from my husband's perspective, or tried to like see how I could make myself feel if I put myself in his shoes. I've tried that.
Right.
That's a good question, Keith. I wish, as I said earlier, oftentimes like I can't do these things on purpose; they just occur. So I wish that I could. Have a better answer. I've been doing. Have you read that book, How to Write Better Lyrics?
No.
Okay, have you heard of it?
No, but I can tell what it's about from the title.
I'm gonna send it your way because it's super helpful, and there's some things I'm working on with Susan Cattaneo with object writing. And Keith, if you're interested in some of that stuff, I would share that with you if you wanted.
Yeah, I want to know that too. That's good.
That song led me down a path to play a different song I hadn't intended. So I was in a relationship with someone, and we bought a house together, and then we broke up.
Whoops.
And and it was one of the most awkward living situations ever because we lived like that for a couple of years until one of us could go somewhere else. And so this song wasn't specifically about us, but I was thinking about couples going through breakups and how that must be. And Keith, since you said yes, I will send you info on that book. So this song is on one of my first two albums. I'll put it on the Spotify playlist, and then we'll all figure out together which the heck record it's on. It's called Still. Hey, Dave Eschbach. And Chris, you're here. Thank you for being here. Taking the seasons of doubt on myself and blaming the winter on you. I knew it was gonna be hard to stay with nothing left to make us stick our ground. I don't wanna see you drowning. Stick around. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep going at this prison that we made? How did we get here? Remembering pictures of days in the sun and knowing I'm smiling at you. I knew it was gonna be hard to face the flowers we see that make us stick around. But I don't wanna see you drowning. Stick around. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep going at this prison that we made? How did we get here? How did we get here? You call me a bitch, you call me rough, you call me anything you want to. You cut the quick, I call your bluff, you call me anything you want to. But I don't wanna see you drowning. Stick around. How did we get here? I don't even know my name. How did we keep going at this prison that we made? We get here. I don't even know my name. How did we keep going at this prison? While I was singing it, I realized it actually very much is about me.
Yeah.
That's just a song about me.
Yeah. I love the prison imagery, though. That's great. And especially, I love it because you don't need to know your backstory to have that work. And also because you just told us the backstory, it's really powerful. Because I can imagine being stuck in a house like that would be like a prison.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, you couldn't even like to bring friends over was weird, and every piece of it. And you know, I often think back because it's a situation that gives me so much regret. Like, what could I have done to make that not happen? And it was just like my parents had just lost their house at that time too, so like I couldn't even go home. You know, there was just no
So you were the most stuck.
The most stuck. And it's a situation in my life. You know how we often view things like we're never the villain in our story.
Right.
Right? And when I look back at that story, I think, oh, but like I am to him. Like in some people's story, I am the villain. You know, it's kind of like.
So that's the other song to write. I sort of feel like, do you know that movie, The Seven Samurai, where they tell the story from like 7 different perspectives? I feel like that would be such a cool album to write, where you choose like a story and you tell it from the points of view of all of the different people.
Yeah, I like that.
That would be hard to do.
I'm working on a little Rod Abernethy. Do you know Rod?
Uh-huh.
We're working on an idea kind of like that.
That's
together.
Cool.
I've never done anything like that before, like a really character-based.
Yeah. I love albums like that. I always feel like they're just so smart, and I don't know that I could ever do that myself. But
yeah, I don't know if I'm that smart.
I think you are. I have faith in you.
Thank you. I think you're that smart too.
It's going to be full of awesome, as my former 3rd graders would say.
Oh, 3rd grade. What a fun grade to teach.
Yeah, I loved I also taught their 8th grade, and that was also super fun. I was surprised at how much I loved teaching 8th grade.
What is it about those grades? Because, you know, looking back, those were the 2 grades I enjoyed the most.
8th graders are insane. They're like toddlers with hair, and I mean that in the best possible way.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of like
curious
discovering.
And they're funny, and yeah, I had such a good time teaching 8th grade. I loved it.
Yeah, 8th grade year. Laura Loudon, am I saying that right?
Laura!
Rashaman?
Hi, Laura.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, is it Rashaman? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very famous. Of course, Laura, you would know the answer to that.
So I feel like, now there are no hard and fast rules here because this is my show and I made it up.
Yes.
But I feel like we're in the 2 songs left ballpark.
I feel good about that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do a song.
So one more sales pitch.
Yes.
You got merch on your website, yeah, girl?
I have a
girl
CD.
you.
Yeah,
hey, girl. I
hey,
hate
girl.
That. I don't talk like that.
There is a CD that one can buy. And then if you don't believe in CDs at that, right there, then then you can also just buy the files, and I will provide you with those.
And that's all located there.
I can't do it there.
Yeah, which is also, I believe, a clickable link there.
No way.
Yeah. So get yourself there. I'm on a mission to sell some T-shirts on my website. I didn't design them. Lisa Bastoni painted them. I have all these T-shirts with Lisa Bastoni's artwork and my lyrics. And I just really want somebody to buy one.
I love it.
Just one. Okay. Your turn, Erin.
Okay. All right, I'm torn. I think I'll do this. This is a summertime song. This is a very new song, and I'm still working it out. But it's summery.
cricket song, starry night, velvet air, headlight gleam, window down. Just an after dinner drive to buy some ice cream at the Mobile on the edge of town. You crane your neck to catch a satellite's tail. I pray for time to slow. I could probably count how many drives like this we have left before you go. When you were buckled up and back, I'd strain to make out every word you said. Now you're riding shotgun up here next to me. I try to listen with my heart instead. You nod along to the sounds of the sweet summer night, like you were listening to the radio. I could probably count how many drives like this we have left before you go. Right now our world's this dark, this drive, this road, this ride, the bullfrog hum. Eyes straight ahead, I let your words shade in my picture of who you've become. I know you're ready, but how can I get ready? Harder than you know. On these sweet summer nights, buy an ice cream before you go. These sweet summer nights before you go.
Made me cry, Erin Sullivan. Can you? Who is that written for?
It's sort of an amalgam of both my kids. It's and it really is just that summertime. Like I feel like it's such a New England, Massachusetts thing. Like dinner's over, it's getting dark, it's cooling off. You drive to go get that ice cream, and it's that moment where like it's just so peaceful, and you love your kid, and you don't want that moment to go.
It's like it's making me so emotional because it's like, it's always been, there's something like so about end of summer. Mm-hmm. And like the thought that it's actually a thing that Rod and I are working on, because like here in these beach towns, like the summer is so full of life and joy, and then September hits and it's like whoosh, all the air is out of your balloon. And I don't know how, like, I don't know if that exists elsewhere in the same way. And then you add into that, like, this thought of, like, your kids are going off to college, and it's that last one of those. And, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like that Taylor Swift song. I can't handle it. Oh, darling, don't you ever go.
Don't.
Yeah, I know. F that song. That's how I feel. Same way. F that song. Beautifully written, Taylor. I never want to hear it again. The pumpkin patch. I can't handle that song.
Don't do it.
No, thank you. Thank you for stopping me before I ruined myself. Do you know what other song's been getting me lately? And I don't know how I spent a whole life never having heard it. Strawberry Wine.
I don't know that song.
Strawberry Wine, 17. I don't know the rest, but it captures that summer thing. It's like I hear that song and it captures that summer, like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like melancholy.
Yeah, it's like
Is that the
pre-nostalgic nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like you're in the moment and you're already nostalgic for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying again. But that song, you have to go listen to that
Whose
song.
song is that?
Does anybody know? It's a famous Susie Boggess, maybe? Can somebody help me? Strawberry Wine.
All right, I'll look it up.
And I heard the song at a summer party, and I was like, oh, okay, I should quit because I can never write a song that good. Like, everything I ever want to capture in song is done in that song, and my work here is done.
The end.
Dina Carter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, okay, so Dina Carter made it famous. She didn't write it, but she made it famous, and everybody needs to go listen to that song.
All right, I'm going to go listen.
Keith is saying college towns have that end of the season crash of their own in some ways. I could see that. We just went to Binghamton, New York. Has anyone been to Binghamton, New York?
I've never been to Binghamton.
That's just as well. I hope I don't insult anybody. It was just like nobody was there. Like most houses were abandoned, and I think that it's being rebuilt back up because it is a college town, and like that's the thing that's saving the town. Because there are some nice and new restaurants and whatnot, but I was just like, well, everybody's gone. It's just emptiness. So I'm digressing because I'm just trying to get myself to stop crying. So I just think you're wonderful, Erin.
Hi, Grace.
Sullivan.
It is a mutual, wonderful thinking.
We're going to hang out.
I know, I'm excited.
So much this weekend. So everybody, thank you all for contributing to our virtual tip jar. I've seen everyone who's contributed, and we're really, really grateful to you. If you don't already, please consider following both of us on the platforms, like on Facebook. You can follow each of us on Instagram, all that stuff. It makes a huge difference to us. And we notice every new like that happens.
For sure. We do.
And it gives you like this little bolt of happiness that you can ride the whole rest of that day. So it's just clicking a button for you, but for us it's like huge dopamine. Dopamine, that's the happy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last song here is going to be my new single, which came out on Friday. It is available on all the streaming platforms, and it's about how I'm neurotic and can't sleep unless my bed is made neatly and I'm hearing surround sound like thunderstorms and blizzards at the same time. God bless my husband. And this one, to answer your question from a different song, I can only hear this with the band in it. And the recorded version has this cool, my producer said what it was, but it sounds like a didgeridoo. It's like this really cool, like, I wish I knew what the instrument was. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to sing my song now. Okay.
I haven't slept for days. I can't escape my mind. When the sun gets low, that's when I know it's gonna be a night. Racing thoughts abide. I can't close my eyes. When the sun goes down, I hit the ground and say it's gonna be a night. When it rains, I look to the water. Please don't leave me
gonna be a night.
That's so catchy.
Thank you. I forgot half a verse, but that's okay.
Never would have known.
Thank you. I just sounded like my son. He'll go, I made a mess. That's okay.
That's okay. It's all good.
I love it. Oh, man, you are such a delight.
Oh, Grace, thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun. And I feel like it was just a good way to practice instead of just having to listen to myself tonight. And I was going to have to practice anyway.
Yeah, see, practicing in front of people or with some kind of pressure is
Way
makes a
better.
big difference. Yeah.
Way better.
It's so true. Oh, Bernie, thank you. And Kathy, thank you. And just everybody, thank you for being here. And your homework is to listen to Strawberry Wine. And my homework is I'm going to send you and Keith that lyric writing book. And awesome. I don't know, I'm just grateful for everybody hanging out. I'm still a little emotional here about the summer song.
Thank you, everybody. And it's so nice to see so many familiar names. And Grace, I'm going to see you in 3 days.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.